My name is Demetrius, and I will be informing you all about the dominant soil orders of the Old Dominion. This presentation is inspired by my experience with the soil judging team at Virginia Tech. While participating with this organization, I was able to see various soil profiles in order to strengthen my understanding of soils. First off, I would like to say that I am a senior majoring in crop and soil environmental science and minoring in global food security and health and plant health sciences. First off, I would like to ask you all, are you aware of the soil orders that dominate Virginia? If not, you should. As a resident of Virginia, as I assume you are, it could be valuable to you to know the distinct characteristics of the soils that dominate the state, which directly or indirectly influence ecological orientation, civil functionality, or agricultural productivity. The three topics that I will go over in this presentation are alpha soils, ultrasoils, and inceptosoils. First, I would like to start off with alpha soils. Alpha soils are classified as soils that do not contain a plagan epipedon and that have either an argillic, candic, or natric horizon, or contain a fragipan that has a clay films 1 millimeter or more thick in some part. The base saturation is always 35% or greater. This soil order also contains a low organic carbon content throughout the profile. The suborders of this soil order are aquophs, cryophs, eudophs, and xerophs. Alpha soils account for approximately 10.1% of the global ice-free land area and 13.9% of the land area within the U.S. These soils have relatively high native fertility and mainly form under forests with high clay accumulation. As you can see in this photo, there is a thin layer of dark carbon humus layer, and then below that is a thick clay accumulated layer, which is actually can be split into 2 or 3 different horizons. The next topic I will go over is ultrasoils. Ultrasoils are soils that have either an argillic or candic horizon but no fragipan, and the base saturation is always less than 35%. A ultrasoil may also have a fragipan and both of the following: a argillic or candic horizon above, within, or below it, or clay films 1 millimeter or more thick in one or more of its subhorizons, as well as the base saturation being lower than 35%. The 5 suborders of ultrasoils are aquots, humults, eudolts, eustolts, and xerolts. These soils are primarily found in humid, temperate, or tropical regions around the world. These are strongly leached soils with relatively low native fertility. As you see in this picture, they're very red. This is because of the presence of iron oxides. But since these soils are low in fertility, much of the calcium, magnesium, and potassium have been leached from these soils. Lastly, I will be going over inceptosoils. These soils contain either a molic epipedon or a sulfuric horizon that has its upper boundary within 150 centimeters of the mineral soil surface, or a cryic temperature regime and a cambric horizon. These soils range from weakly developed soils to having various diagnostic features but not meeting the criteria for other soil orders. The suborders of an inceptosoil are aqueps, geleps, cryeps, eusteps, xereps, and eudeps. Inceptosoils contain zero accumulation of clays, organic matter, iron oxides, or aluminum oxide. Minimum horizon development occurs in these soils, but they account for 9.7% of U.S. land area, 15% of global ice-free land area, and supports approximately 20% of the world population. These soils are found on steep slopes, young geomorphic surfaces, and resistant parent materials. They're usually used for forestry purposes, recreation, and watershed. As you can see in this photo, this soil is very poorly developed, has a lot of rock fragments throughout the profile, little to no clay accumulation. There's only a significant layer of clay accumulation in the upper portion of the soil profile, but it significantly decreases as you go down. In conclusion, after going over all these topics, I hope you have gained some insight into the dominant soil orders of Virginia. Like I said, these topics that I went over are alpha soils, inceptosoils, and ultisoils. As a resident of Virginia, it could be beneficial to you to know the distinct characteristics of these soil orders, which directly or indirectly influence ecosystem orientations, civil functionality, and agricultural productivity. These are the main soil orders that are present within the state of Virginia, and they affect pretty much everything around us. I hope this presentation informs you the best, and thank you.